I met some Indian people that are in arranged marriages, and they've functioned.
Yeah,
like they're like 20 years in, and it's like, whoa, dude.
That's what's crazy. That's what's crazy is that you're like, oh, that actually works.
Yeah. It's like, so. Are you suggesting we need a Mormon arranged marriage app, bro?
Absolutely, loving it marriage. Absolutely.
How about the calm in the driver's seat? I pick you up, but there's only room for me.
The following is an episode of Ward Radio and does not represent the thoughts or the opinions of KHTS, its owners, or any of its affiliates, nor does it represent the official opinion of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. With that said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the program.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it? I bring the energy.
See the text from Brad. So he says, so BYU speed dating might make for a fun show. Just make an arranged marriage app, he says. He says, build it only for parents to sign up their kids, charge a monthly subscription, the rates go up with the age of the kid, and you call it Lovenant Marriage. I think it's a brilliant idea.
The older your kids get, the more expensive the fee is.
The more expensive it gets, you'd make a fortune.
Have you ever met an arranged marriage?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I met some Indian people that are in arranged marriages, and they've functioned.
Yeah.
Like they're like 20 years in, and it's like, whoa, dude.
That's what's crazy. That's what's crazy is that you're like, oh, that actually works.
Yeah. It's like, so. Are you suggesting we need a Mormon arranged marriage app, bro?
Absolutely. Loving it marriage. Absolutely. Well, I just think with I'm not to be change gears to be so serious, but I think with everything, like it's not about you. Look, every girl ends up wrinkly and fat and with thinned hair and with saggy eyes. Like every girl ends
Martha
up that
Stewart.
way.
I saw the latest Sports Illustrated.
Well, yeah, unless she's pumped with 50 pounds of plastics and Botox.
Are you justifying? No, it's kidding.
I'm just like, and every guy does too. Every guy ends up looking old and wrinkly, and so it's like, I know attraction is good. It's all really good, but you got to find a girl who's going to make a great wife and find a guy who's going to make a great husband.
I will go to the mat. I will go to the mat on arranged marriages.
Oh yeah.
Do you know who my parents would have stuck me with? If they, X is such a nice girl. You should have. I'm like, no, mom. No, it's like your friends where they always have like that washed up, horrible person of a friend where you can see why nobody wants to date them. And they're like, oh, she is so sweet. And when I was talking with her, I just thought of you when you go on that blind date that somebody else hooks you up with, and you're like, why did you think of me?
Yeah.
When you met this person?
Okay, but what if your mom legitimately or your dad legitimately had power to make you marry that person? They wouldn't just be like, oh, she seems nice. It'd be like, wait, this is a really big thing. Like, they wouldn't just be throwing dates at you.
I shudder thinking about this, and I want to go to the things you put in the Discord because I shudder at thinking of arranged marriages.
Well, because they work in other places. They do. All right. So let's see. I found this is the flyer that this is one of the events. They're doing all these events at all the universities and stuff. I think it's a brilliant idea. This is the one they're doing at BYU Provo.
Really? Oh, is this the date night with the Reeses thing that you put in the Discord?
Yes.
Oh, let's check it out.
I only assume that's Reese's peanut butter cups are going to be provided for everybody. I think that's a brilliant idea. And it says J-Dogs will be served. Hello.
Whoa, J-Dogs.
Boom.
Dude, that's enough to make you want to go back to college just to get J-Dogs.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, it says bring a date or come with a friend on the very top, and then date night with the Reeses in the ballroom. There's going to be games, bowling, karaoke.
Ooh.
And the party starts with President and Sister Reese in the ballroom, so don't be late. Oh, can this guy throw a party? I don't know. What do you think? I've only seen one picture of President Reese. Tell me if you think this guy can throw a party.
Oh, I've seen Reese. He looks like a cool cat.
He looks yoked. He's
a cool cat.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Which I think we need that in the young men's presidency.
Well, who was the last guy? Worthen?
Worthen or Worthlin, something like that.
What's Kevin?
Well, look, here's a picture.
Worthen seemed great, but this guy, compared to Worthen, looks like young, hip, fast.
Boom.
Look
at this. So let's see.
That guy, I feel like
wife right there. Boom. There we go.
That guy could wipe the floor with you at pickleball. I feel like that guy right there is a pickleball master.
He's a master.
Yeah.
At pickleball.
Yeah.
Oh, his wife looks nice.
Yeah.
Look at that. She's got the pretty cropped and layered hair.
It's awesome.
Big smile. Look, they look fun. You know, they look fun. Actually, this is what they look like. I'll be honest. This is the vibe that I get from President and Sister Reese, okay? These people look like they may not be able to throw a rager. You know, it's not going to be boring. They're not going to throw a rager. Like, it's not going to be a Hollywood house party. This ain't going to be a young and dumb thing. Okay,
see, that's true.
But they also look like they're not going to ruin a good party.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course
Yeah.
not.
These guys look like if they show up and the kids are having fun, they're not going to be like, hey. You know?
Yeah.
They look like, okay, these people, like, they'll smile and they'll laugh and let the young kids do the young kids thing, and they ain't going to screw it up. Which, frankly, that's what we talked about in the car ride to the Culver City Studios. Mm-hmm. That all you got to do is give the young men and the young women a safe place.
Right.
To engage, and it will happen naturally.
Yeah.
If this guy goes like a little laissez-faire and he just, lets the party happen, then, like
put on some Barry Manilow and let the kids be.
And he did well. Sister Reese is beautiful. There's a lot of guys that'll probably look at him and be like, I want to look like that when I'm 50. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. I mean,
So,
look,
okay.
they're not going to play spin the bottle.
You know, kissing rugby was hilarious when we played that in high school in my show choir. And looking back, I'm like, how was that not a lawsuit? But it's all good. Anyway, so keep going.
This is a great idea. Okay, so I also found a relevant Pew Research Center study from a few years back talking about members of the Church of Jesus Christ, which no one calls us, by the way. All these, they're Mormons. Look, it's members of Jesus Christ. That they're more likely to be married than members of most other groups.
Really?
By like a lot.
That is intriguing. Look at this data.
Mucho.
So Pew Research says that Mormons are more likely to be married than other members of most religious groups. What percentage of adults who are married in 2014? So this is relatively recent. Mormons are at 66%. Christians are at 52%. Adults, U.S. adults overall, are at 48%. And unaffiliated, basically the secularists and the atheists, are hanging out at less than 37%. That is some brutal math, dude.
Yeah, that's rough.
Oh, that's way rough.
And it almost fits. If you look, 66% of adult members of the church are married, 37% unaffiliated. It's almost a perfect, it almost shows that all those members of the church who got divorces now call themselves unaffiliated. Look, see, it perfectly fits, right? That's the 34% that used to be members of the church, and then they got a divorce and went unaffiliated, or they, not particularly in that order. They read the CES letter, became so enlightened that they left their family.
So if I want to sum up our lunchtime conversation, our Culver conversation, shall we say, the church isn't directly competing with my dating app idea, but they're throwing some parties. They're doing it 1980s style in person, which is good. We need to home our in-person game. Iron sharpens iron.
Yep.
But we got some data from the real competition, Mutual. If I remember correctly, did you say you saw something from Mutual that you threw in the Discord?
Oh, the dating report.
Oh yeah, hit me up.
Mutual's 2023 blog here. It has.
Okay.
If you look, I think I put a link. Oh,
yeah,
there you go.
Right
yeah,
here,
you got it right there. Yeah, so you can see the things that Mutual has accomplished. Mutual is an LDS dating app, and we want to laugh at this. Honestly, I've met a lot of really happy couples who met on Mutual.
My sister got married, dude. That's all you can do nowadays.
Yes.
Without the internet, there is no dating now. I was there when it was a little bit younger, and you kind of teased people that met online, even though in the back of your mind, you're like, dude, the internet looks like it makes it a lot easier. You filter out the boneheads, Well,
I think there was a phase when it was hokey and weird way back, and I think we're still. But I've seen so many examples of total success.
My sister
with it, so it's like,
my sister got married off Mutual. Yeah,
awesome.
Exactly.
Anyway, so their report, it shows countries that use them, and it's actually kind of nuts. They're international. They've got
Chile, Argentina, Brazil, Peru. How many of these are Brazilian dudes that are going back trying to get a Brazilian chick because they served their mission in Brazil? Like, it kind of makes you wonder. And the Philippines are crushing it. It looks like number 4 is the Philippines.
Yeah.
Of top countries.
These are members of the church.
Look, more than in Canada.
Yeah. So what they found is that 96.2% of people who use the Mutual app feel safe. They say that they feel safe. And now, we never use dating apps. And so I'm like, feel safe? Why would that be a big... And then you think, okay, wait a minute. You're on a dating app in the wild west of the internet back like 10 years ago. Yeah, there'd be a lot of weirdos and psychos on that thing. So feeling safe would actually be a paramount priority.
I also think the hope is that Mormon young men feel like there's a little bit less of a chance that they'll be put on blast if they do something stupid or say something embarrassing or end up, I don't know, tripping on the doorstep or whatever, than they would necessarily with a secular chick who is more vicious. Yeah. Right. And so,
yes, you're right. It's not just the females who are feeling safer. It's probably the dudes too. Yeah. I believe
that risk reward analysis that they instantaneously do. Now, look, I'm not here to say that modern Mormon chicks are well behaved enough for me to call them gracious, okay? But hopefully they're a little bit more gracious.
Oh, our girls are the best. Nah, our girls are way better than the world at large.
I hate to say it, but I'm about 60-40 with Kwaku on this one. Like, it's...
I think our girls are awesome. But there's another I thought this was hilarious. If you scroll down a little bit there on the screen, you'll see the top swiping days of the year, the days when people are most active on the app, and look which days they are.
What days are it?
Scroll just a little bit more. General Conference. Wait, up.
Oh, yeah.
October 2nd and April 3rd.
Oh.
Isn't that funny? And then November 26th.
Wait, is this saying that the Mutual dating app has proven that people are swiping left and right most on General Conference?
Yes. Yeah. That's when it's most active, yeah. And the other one is November 27th. I don't know why they didn't note this, but that's right after Thanksgiving. So you're with your little family and your grandma's saying, "Now I've got this wonderful boy I'd like to set you up with." And these girls are like, ha, 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 and they get on Mutual and they're all swiping on November 27th. So you can see the behavior right here. When are they thinking about dating? They're thinking about it, General Conference and Thanksgiving.
Or maybe they're back in Thanksgiving and they forgot about that flame that they had in high school. They've been going out with boys at BYU and they just want to know, is the star kicker on the football team still around? He ended up going to a community college and didn't drown himself in student loan debt like all the other guys in my singles ward. And he ended up becoming a cement layer. And I've seen some pictures on Instagram and he's got some bulging biceps he didn't have when he was a junior and a senior. And now I'm dating Carl. And Carl in accounting at the Marriott School of Business doesn't have those biceps. I'm just going to take one peek while I'm at home with my parents.
Just one little look.
Just one peek. Yep. And the next thing you know, it's a Hallmark film.
So Carl accounting at the Marriott Business School, you need to get on Mutual.
Yeah. Exactly.
And they also will ask you certain questions like, do you attend church? 76% of users say they always attend church.
Oh, very faithful app.
76% say they always attend church.
And also, how many of them are just lying?
Well, you don't know. You know what filter? The top filter that is used on the Mutual app, do you know what it is? The top filter of all the things you can put in there, all the descriptors, all the traits you can put in there, the number one filter that is used most often.
What?
Height.
Height?
Yeah. Because girls, they're looking for a guy who's taller than them. And number 2 is church attendance. 3 is temple recommend. So first is height, yeah. Then it's church attendance, temple recommend.
Dude, I've got an employee. He's 6'4" and he's inactive right now. I told him, I said, "You're so stupid, bro. There's so many smoking hot chicks at church. You just got to show up and be your 6'4" self with a full-time job, and you are literally." You're not fat and you're 6'4", and girls can wear 5-inch heels with you, even if they're 5'9", 5'10". Like the most gorgeous, tallest, slenderest Victoria's Secret model walks in the door. Sorry, she ain't picking Steve over there, who's 5'8", because she towers over him and she knows it.
Yeah.
It's the biggest buzzkill. So what are you doing being inactive?
What are you doing?
Hanging out on Twitter. You should be on freaking Mutual, going to church. And apparently the data on Mutual supports this, because what was their number one thing they look for? Height.
Height.
Second was church attendance. Third was what?
Temple recommend.
I love Mormon girls. Those good girls. I take back everything I said earlier in the podcast.
They're the
good
best.
for them.
They're the best.
Good for them.
They're also just objectively prettier than non-Mormon girls. Sorry.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry. But it's true. So our app, though, is going to be arranged marriages. It's not going to be for the kids at all. They have nothing to do with you.
We should do a deep dive into the mutual data.
In the mutual data?
That is really, really
If
funny.
somebody out there works for Mutual, please contact the studio. We'd love to talk.
Yeah, this is objectively hilarious. Yeah, so anyway, guys, unfortunately, that's all the time we got. We got to go, but we want to know what you guys think. Do you think an arranged marriage app is the way to go? Do you think laissez-faire capitalist dating with the Reeses? You know what I'm saying? Do you think this is the way to go? Because, hey, at the end of the day, it looks like they're not going to be a buzzkill on the party, you know? Or do you think that we just need to go digital, baby? Go digital. Let us know what you guys think. So, got any last words, brother?
Yeah. To all the girls on the Mutual app, God looks on the heart, not on the height. I think that's somewhere in section 139. Also, to all the dudes on the dating app, she's going to end up a little plump, a little wrinkly. It's just going to happen.
Not mine.
It's going to happen. So just
sounds like a cope.
Look on the heart, people. Look on the heart.
Feminist? What, you're going to tell them to get cats and box wine next? Like what? Come on. No, we're ending this before this gets out of hand.
Look on the heart. You'll be a happier man for it.
All right. For this and more, please check us out at wardradio.com.
How about the calm in the driver's seat? I pick you up, but there's only room for me. The only lane that I see is money green, but I pass you. Don't even try to compete. Nobody else that could do it like me. Make sure to sweep up